Hello and welcome back. Today we'll be working with Power Automate and with a form. How do we go about this? I want a case whereby when you fill a response in my form, I give you back a message that congratulations, you have successfully uh, registered, or congratulations, this is your registration code, or something like that. Now, with dynamic content such as your name and some entries you filled while um, filling the form. Now, for we to do that, firstly, we'll click on our Launch app. The next thing we want to do is you want to click on More and click on Forms. Now, forms allow, just as we know, forms are used to collect responses and are being stored in a form, in either an Excel file or as a form response. Now, we're going to be clicking on a new form. Now, we'll create a new form. For us to create this new form now, we have to give our form a title. I can just say test. Now that's the name. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure I select a text because I want to collect like their name. Maybe let's say F name, that should be first name. I want them to fill in their first name. I want them to also, I can add another text by clicking on the plus, and another one I could say L name, that is their last name. I could want to get their email address because I want to send um, a message to them after an email address. Now, basically, with these three things, now I will show us what we can do quickly. Now, you have to save this form before you save it. You know, it's on the cloud, it's saving automatically, but you come to collect response, make sure that this is selected to everyone. And now, once it's selected to everyone, I can shorten this URL, copy it because we'll be using it very soon. Now I can go back to my office, and once I come back to my office, I can come to launch apps. I want to launch my Power Automate. Now, since we are still working on using templates, I will show us how we can do that. Now, on the search button here, make sure you search for forms. Once you search for forms, every flow that is associated with forms will come out. So the one we want to use is send an email to responder when they submit a response. Now I'll click on that because we're using from a template. Now the next thing I would want to do is I want to sign in with my form. I also want to sign in with the Microsoft Office 365 Outlook account. Now I click on next, that is continue. If you have done that before, or if you do that once, you don't always have to do it again. Now, here, this is where the form is. As I told us before, now is that we know the action here is when someone fills a form. That is why the first action card you're seeing here is stated as when a new response is submitted. Now it says the form ID. The form ID is, since we created a Microsoft form, so let me see if I reload this page for my Microsoft form now, you can see I now have the first form, which is test. Now it's now on my profile for form here, so I can easily say pick a form. Once I click on pick a form, now you notice it automatically comes here. If it doesn't come, you can enter it, but most of the times it comes automatically. So I'll select tests. Now the next thing is it says form response again. I want it to be a test. Now from there, you have a condition here that is when it is equal to equivalent. Now basically, for simplicity in this video, we might even want to just remove this action card. I just simply want to send them a message when they fill a form. So I can delete this. Yes, I want to delete that. Now you add a new step. Once you add a new step, here now you can add an Office 365 account. Then I want to send an email. You send an email, the one with version 2. Now it asks me that to who do I want to send this mail. I want this to be a dynamic content from the response of the person whose email is written on the form. So I will click on form. The next thing I want to also do is I might want to add a title. I can say that I can say test. Now the next thing I want to add in the body, I could add something like hello. Then I want to call the person's name, so I can add a dynamic content as the person's last name, then the comma, then I can say you are welcome. So that's just a message. Then I can say confirm or your name is, then I want to put the first name and the last name. Okay, then with this now I can simply now save my form and try it, because when this message, when I fill that form now, this message should be sent to the recipient's email, which is written on that email. So I can save this form. Once I save this form now, it says it is ready for test. So before I test, I come back to my form and I want to copy this response. So I could just open a new tab. I could open a private new tab and load this into it. Now it asks me my first name. First name is Gift. Last name Ahmed. Now I want to receive the my email is Gift. Okay, you could use any platform, so take note of that. Now once I do this now, before I hit my submit, let's go back to our form and our flow and say we want to test it. Now this is a manual flow. You click on test. Once you do this now, it should start loading about now. Now it's waiting for your response before the action happens. So since we have filled this form, all we just have to do now is to send our response. Once we send it and you come back here, you will notice it said flow ran successfully. Now quickly I would come to my account in another browser, to the email I put just now, and I if I check the email, I should see the message that was sent to this email. Now, if you see, I have a new email here saying Gift Ahmed. Now, once I open the mail, it says, "Hello, Ahmed. You are welcome. Your name is Gift Ahmed." That is how powerful we can go with Power Automate. Now, we can also try, we can say we want to fill another response like gifts, gifted. Maybe you want to still send it to that mail again. Okay, now we can send this response again. Once we send it now again, and let's go ahead and check for our flow. We might want to go back, and we want to say, it says your flow is ready. Yes, I know it's ready. Now you notice 1 second ago a new flow ran 1 second ago. That means immediately I filled that form, it has run another flow even without me coming to refresh. So what I'm going to do now is that I am going to go to my mail on the other account again. We go back, and wow, we have another mail here which says, "Hello Gifted, your name is Gifted Gift." Now that is how you can work with forms and Power Automate. Thank you very much. If you have comments, questions, kindly subscribe. See you in the